Thousands of years ago, the Egyptians built something that would defy the limits of time, the Great Pyramid of Giza. Its sheer size, its alignment with the stars, and its unfathomable precision have baffled historians, engineers, and archaeologists alike. But even more than that, there is a question that has echoed through the ages. What lies beneath it? Beneath the heavy stone blocks, deep within its walls, there may be something more than just tombs, relics, or treasures. Something that has been hidden for over 4,500 years. A secret buried in time. In 2017, we got a glimpse of that secret. Using a groundbreaking technique called Muon tomography, scientists revealed an unknown void, a hidden chamber deep within the pyramid. This discovery changed everything we thought we knew about the pyramid. But that is just the beginning. For centuries, we have accepted that the pyramids were just tombs for pharaohs. But what if they were never meant to be just that? What if the Great Pyramid is a gateway to something greater? Something that could unlock knowledge and technology lost to time? What if we are only scratching the surface of the pyramid's true purpose? Wherever you're tuning in from, feel free to drop a comment. It's always nice to hear from you. If you'd like to hear more stories like these, subscribing is a great way to stay connected. Get cozy. It's time to let your mind wander, whether you're winding down to sleep or simply enjoying the calm. It's truly great having you here. Let's dive in. The Great Pyramid of Giza, built around 2560 BCE, has stood as a symbol of Egypt's might, a wonder of the ancient world. Pharaoh Khufu, also known as Cheops, reigned during its construction, overseeing one of the most ambitious projects ever undertaken in human history. The pyramid was not just a tomb but a monument to the gods, a structure meant to transcend time itself. The engineering feats involved in its construction are still a mystery to this day. The sheer scale of the pyramid, with its 2.3 million limestone blocks, each weighing between 2 to 30 tons, shows a level of craftsmanship that would seem impossible even with modern technology. But here it stands, towering at 481 feet, an achievement that surpassed all other buildings for over 3,800 years. The pyramid's geometric design isn't just a feat of architecture. It's a celestial blueprint, precisely aligned with the stars. The Great Pyramid is aligned to true north, to within 3/60th of a degree. Its sides face the cardinal points with remarkable accuracy, a perfect reflection of the ancient Egyptians' deep connection to the cosmos. The pyramid was not just a monument to the pharaoh's power. It was a link between earth and the heavens, a place where the king's soul could ascend to join the gods. If you look closely, you'll notice that the Great Pyramid's dimensions appear to reflect the very size of the earth itself. The pyramid's perimeter, when multiplied by pi, is remarkably close to the Earth's circumference. Could this be a coincidence? Or did the ancient Egyptians have knowledge that we are only beginning to understand? So why would Pharaoh Khufu, who ruled over the Nile Valley, construct such an immense, precisely aligned pyramid? Was it just to showcase his power? Or was it something more? The pyramid was meant to endure, to become a gateway to the afterlife for the pharaoh, ensuring his immortality. And what about the materials used to build it? The granite blocks used in the king's chamber, brought from the faraway Aswan quarries, are known to be extremely hard, leading some to believe they may have been used for more than just burial purposes. Were they meant to conduct energy, or were they tied to some advanced understanding of physics, long lost to time? Now, this isn't just a story about a big, impressive pile of stone. It's about the idea that the Great Pyramid was designed for something far beyond our modern comprehension. Something that taps into the ancient Egyptians' understanding of the cosmos and their place in the universe. So, as we dig deeper into the pyramid's secrets, keep this in mind. We are just scratching the surface of a story that's thousands of years old. Buckle up, we're just getting started. In 2017, something extraordinary happened beneath the Great Pyramid of Giza, something no one had ever anticipated. For centuries, the world believed the Great Pyramid was a solid structure with no secrets left to reveal. But using a cutting-edge, non-invasive technology called Muon tomography, scientists made a discovery that would forever change how we see the pyramid and, in turn, ancient Egyptian architecture. Muon tomography is a relatively new technique in archaeological exploration, but it has already proven to be revolutionary. Muons are subatomic particles that constantly bombard the Earth from cosmic rays. These particles, despite their small size, can pass through solid objects, including the dense limestone and granite that make up the pyramid. When these muons pass through materials, they interact with the atoms in the structure, and some are absorbed or deflected in the process. By measuring the rate and direction of these deflections, scientists can create a detailed map of the internal structure of a solid object. This technology has been used in a variety of fields, such as scanning volcanoes to measure lava chambers and detecting hidden rooms in ancient tombs. However, when applied to the Great Pyramid, it offered something that had never been done before, a non-invasive method to see what was hidden inside the pyramid's walls. This innovative exploration was not the work of a single researcher or a small group. It was part of the Scan Pyramids project, an international effort led by a team of Egyptologists, physicists, and engineers from across the world. The project began in 2015 with the aim of investigating the internal structure of the pyramid using advanced technologies without disturbing the ancient structure. Egyptian, French, Japanese, and Canadian scientists collaborated on this project, bringing together a wealth of expertise and cutting-edge tools. The Scan Pyramids team wasn't just interested in the Great Pyramid. They aimed to discover if there were any hidden chambers or voids that could provide further insight into the pyramid's original function and the techniques used to build it. Over the course of 2 years, the team used a variety of non-invasive methods, including infrared thermography, 3D scanning, and Muon tomography, to study the structure of the pyramid without disturbing it. It was in November 2017 that the team made their most significant finding. The Muon tomography revealed a vast hidden chamber deep within the Great Pyramid, above the Grand Gallery, a void that had been concealed for millennia. The results were astounding, and for the first time in history, scientists were able to map a previously unknown chamber inside the pyramid without ever drilling or excavating. The void measured 30 meters, around 100 feet, in length, and was located directly above the Grand Gallery, a space that had been previously studied, but never to the extent that this discovery would go on to reveal. The void appeared to be empty, which raises many questions about its purpose. Could it have been designed for a specific function, or was it left empty for a symbolic or ritualistic reason? The precise purpose of this void is still under investigation, but its sheer size and location within the pyramid suggests that it was deliberately incorporated into the structure for a reason. This finding was unprecedented for several reasons. Unlike traditional methods of archaeological exploration, the Scan Pyramids team did not have to disturb the pyramid in any way. No drilling, no digging. Just a simple scan using cosmic particles. This is the first time that a void of this size has been detected inside the Great Pyramid. Previous studies of the pyramid's internal layout had suggested that the structure was simple and contained. No more chambers beyond the king's chamber and the queen's chamber. Now, let's turn to the more exciting aspect. What does this void actually mean? Could it just be an empty space, or is it more than that? Some Egyptologists suggest that the void may have been used to store important royal relics or religious texts that the ancient Egyptians believed were necessary for the afterlife. These items could have been hidden away from robbers or other tomb plunderers. It is possible that the void was designed for ritual purposes, as part of the complex series of religious ceremonies associated with the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife. The Grand Gallery itself is thought to have been used in these rituals, and the newly discovered void might have played a part in facilitating these ceremonies. Another more speculative theory is that this void was part of an ancient energy system. Some theorists, like Christopher Dunn, have suggested that the pyramids were designed as energy generators. Could this void have been part of the structure's ability to harness and channel cosmic or geomagnetic energy? Perhaps the chamber was a key component in some kind of electromagnetic system that the ancient Egyptians understood, but modern science has yet to fully grasp. Of course, the simplest explanation might be that the void was simply a structural anomaly, a space left behind during the pyramid's construction for engineering reasons, or perhaps a part of a building technique designed to distribute weight evenly. This discovery doesn't just raise questions about the pyramid's physical layout, it opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Could this void hold ancient knowledge, technology, or ritual artifacts hidden away from time? What if, within this chamber, there is a blueprint for something far beyond our understanding? The sheer mystery of this discovery, what it could hold, how it fits into the larger pyramid complex, and what it could teach us about ancient Egyptian civilization, makes this one of the most compelling findings in modern archaeology. Imagine for a moment that this void contains a library of lost texts, a record of ancient knowledge that could unlock secrets of the ancient world. Could the pyramids, often seen merely as tombs, have been built for a much greater, much more mysterious purpose? Could the void be a gateway, not just to the afterlife, but to a deeper understanding of our place in the cosmos? The discovery of the hidden void is not just a revelation about the Great Pyramid of Giza. It is a window into the future of archaeological exploration. With the use of Muon tomography, researchers are now able to explore the deepest, most mysterious structures in the world without disturbing their integrity. As more secrets of the Great Pyramid are uncovered, we may find that the pyramid's purpose was never just about one pharaoh's burial, but about connecting humanity to something greater. And with the advanced technology now available, the mysteries that have remained hidden for millennia could soon be revealed. The future of pyramid exploration has only just begun. What else is buried within these ancient stones, waiting for us to find? The discovery of the hidden void above the Grand Gallery in the Great Pyramid of Giza raises an important question. What could it actually be? Could it simply be an empty space, or is there a deeper purpose hidden inside? This discovery opens up several theories, each more intriguing than the last. Let's explore these possibilities in depth, starting with the idea that the void could have been used for storage. One of the first theories that comes to mind is that this void could have been a storage space for artifacts, relics, and documents tied to the afterlife or royal heritage. The ancient Egyptians were meticulous in preparing for the afterlife. The pharaohs were buried with an incredible amount of treasures: gold, jewelry, food, and sacred objects, all designed to ensure a safe passage to the next life. The sheer number of items required to accompany the pharaoh to the afterlife could have meant that additional space was needed for storage. And what better place to store these items than inside the pyramid itself, possibly hidden from robbers or invaders? It's important to note that the Great Pyramid wasn't built solely as a tomb. The pyramid was a spiritual machine designed to facilitate the pharaoh's ascension to the heavens and ensure his immortality. If the pyramid was intended as a sacred gateway to the gods, then it makes sense that important religious texts, royal documents, and sacred artifacts might be stored in hidden chambers within the pyramid. These objects could have been essential to the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife, and keeping them hidden from thieves would have been a top priority. Many of the pharaoh's possessions were believed to be essential for the continuation of his soul's journey after death. The Egyptians believed that the soul would have to face trials in the afterlife, and the right tools, knowledge, and ritual objects were needed to pass these trials and reach eternal life. The hidden void might have been the perfect place to store these essential objects, keeping them secure and out of sight from anyone who might seek to disturb the pharaoh's resting place. So what could have been stored in the void? Royal relics, such as personal jewelry or sarcophagi for other members of the royal family, could have been placed here for safekeeping. Ancient manuscripts and scrolls detailing the rituals, prayers, and religious texts necessary for the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife might have been stored here as well. Could the void have also housed ancient blueprints or astronomical records that the ancient Egyptians used to navigate the stars and map out their religious practices? We may never know for sure, but the idea that this space could be a storage chamber filled with sacred objects is one of the most plausible theories. Moving on from the storage theory, let's explore a second, much more speculative idea: the possibility that the void could have been part of an energy system. Some researchers, most notably Christopher Dunn, have suggested that the pyramids were not just tombs but complex energy machines designed to harness and channel natural forces. According to Dunn's theory, the Great Pyramid's design was meant to capture geomagnetic energy or cosmic rays and channel them through the structure, potentially creating a power plant of sorts. If this theory holds any weight, it stands to reason that the hidden void could have played a significant role in this energy system. The pyramid is an architectural marvel, with each stone and passage aligned in a precise manner that might not be purely symbolic but functional. The granite stones used inside the pyramid are known to have piezoelectric properties, meaning they can convert pressure or vibrations into electrical energy. It's possible that the pyramid's design was meant to leverage this property to generate or amplify some form of energy. A void above the Grand Gallery might have served as a key component of this energy system, perhaps functioning as a chamber where energy was focused or directed. Imagine the possibility that the void was designed to amplify the energy created by the pyramid's geomagnetic alignment, creating a powerful energy source capable of powering sacred rituals or even providing light to the pyramid's interior without the need for traditional sources. This would completely change our understanding of the pyramid's purpose, suggesting that it might not have been built merely as a tomb, but as a technological marvel capable of harnessing and distributing energy in ways we are only beginning to comprehend. Now, let's shift our focus to the idea that the void might have had a spiritual or ritualistic purpose. The ancient Egyptians were deeply spiritual people, and they believed that the pyramid played an integral role in the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife. The pyramid was more than just a tomb. It was a cosmic structure designed to assist the pharaoh's soul in ascending to the heavens and joining the gods. The process of mummification, the rituals performed at the pyramid, and the pyramid texts all point to the idea that the pyramid was a gateway to the divine. Could the void have played a role in this ritualistic journey? The Grand Gallery, which the void is located above, is often seen as a symbolic passageway, a place where the pharaoh's soul would ascend to the heavens. The void might have been part of the ritual space, perhaps used to house ritual tools or sacred texts that were essential to the pharaoh's spiritual ascent. Some believe that the void might have been used to store ritual instruments used by the priests to facilitate the pharaoh's transition to the afterlife. The size and position of the void suggest that it wasn't an afterthought in the pyramid's design. It could very well have been integrated into the pyramid's spiritual function to support the pharaoh's journey. The alignment of the Great Pyramid with the stars, particularly the star Sirius, which was associated with the goddess Isis, is an indication that the pyramid's design was based on an intricate understanding of both astronomy and religion. The void could have been part of this celestial design, serving as a spiritual chamber that assisted in the soul's journey to the stars. Could the void hold some divine significance? Perhaps it was meant to represent the space where the pharaoh's soul would transcend into the afterlife, passing through sacred gateways that linked the physical world to the cosmic realms. The pyramid, acting as a sacred conduit, would guide the soul to immortality. As we examine these possibilities, the void as a storage room, part of an energy system, or a ritual space, each theory opens up more questions than answers. The sheer mystery of the void, its size, and its position within the pyramid make it a fascinating puzzle, and one that continues to intrigue researchers, Egyptologists, and archaeologists around the world. Imagine for a moment what we might find within the void. Could it hold lost texts, ritual objects, or ancient energy systems designed to connect the pharaohs to the divine? The void might be the missing link between the ancient Egyptians' advanced understanding of the cosmos, technology, and their spiritual beliefs. Each new theory only deepens the mystery of the Great Pyramid and its purpose. As the exploration continues, the answers to these questions will likely reveal more than just the secrets of the pyramid. They may uncover new truths about the ancient Egyptians' knowledge of the universe, their spiritual beliefs, and the incredible technologies they may have used. The possibilities are endless, and the discovery of the hidden void is just the beginning of a journey that may forever change how we understand the Great Pyramid and its place in ancient history. Imagine being able to peer into the heart of one of the greatest wonders of the world without ever disturbing it. For centuries, we could only guess what lay hidden inside the Great Pyramid of Giza, with its towering walls of stone guarding secrets no one had ever seen. But in 2017, a revolutionary technology gave us the ability to do exactly that. Using Muon tomography, a cutting-edge, non-invasive method that reveals the unseen without ever touching the structure. So, how do muons work? Muons are tiny particles, subatomic in size, that are constantly showering down on the Earth from cosmic rays in space. These particles travel at nearly the speed of light, and most of them pass through ordinary matter without causing any disruption. What makes muons so powerful for scientific exploration is that they can penetrate solid materials, like stone, and interact with the atoms within them. As these particles pass through objects, they get scattered or absorbed, depending on the density of the material they encounter. By measuring how these particles behave after passing through an object, scientists can create a detailed map of the object's internal structure. Muon tomography takes advantage of this simple principle. The technique uses detectors placed around an object, such as a pyramid, to capture the muons that pass through it. These detectors measure the deflections and interactions of the muons, and by analyzing this data, scientists can reveal hidden chambers, voids, or other structures within the object. It's like being able to look inside a sealed box without ever opening it. Now, this isn't just science fiction. This technology is already being used to study ancient archaeological sites across the globe. For instance, Pompeii, the ancient Roman city frozen in time by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, has been the subject of Muon tomography to explore what lies buried beneath the ash and rubble. The same technique has been used in Machu Picchu, ancient temples in Peru, and even volcanic craters to map hidden chambers and understand the structure of ancient sites that might have otherwise remained undisturbed. But when applied to the Great Pyramid, Muon tomography offered something truly groundbreaking. In 2017, the Scan Pyramids project team, led by a group of international scientists, began using this technology to explore the interior of the pyramid without harming its ancient stone walls. This project marked the first time Muon tomography had been used on a pyramid, and what they found was astonishing. The scientists uncovered a hidden void above the Grand Gallery, a space that had been completely invisible to archaeologists up until that point. The size of the void, spanning about 30 meters in length, was not only unprecedented, it was completely unexpected. Using muons, the team was able to map out this hidden chamber in remarkable detail, revealing a part of the pyramid no one knew existed. And all of this was done without so much as scratching the surface of the pyramid's exterior. This discovery represents a huge leap forward in the world of archaeology. Muon tomography allows researchers to study these ancient structures without digging, drilling, or damaging them in any way. In the past, if we wanted to explore the interior of a pyramid or any ancient monument, we would have to rely on traditional methods that often involve excavation, destructive testing, or even disturbing sacred sites. But with Muon tomography, we now have a non-invasive tool that gives us an inside look at these ancient marvels without causing any harm. Think about the possibilities. With this technology, researchers can now study long-forgotten tombs, temples, and hidden chambers across the world, all while preserving their integrity. We could discover ancient treasures, lost knowledge, and untold stories, all without ever lifting a shovel. This is a game changer for archaeology, a technology that opens up new frontiers for exploring our past. And the best part is that we are just getting started. While the hidden void inside the Great Pyramid was the first major discovery, who knows what other secrets are locked away in ancient monuments worldwide? Muon tomography has already begun to revolutionize how we study these structures. And with each new scan, we move closer to uncovering hidden truths that have been buried for millennia. Could there be other hidden chambers inside the Great Pyramid? Could other ancient wonders, like the Sphinx or the pyramids of Mexico, contain secrets just waiting to be uncovered? The possibilities are endless. Muon tomography offers us a glimpse into a hidden world, revealing the past without disturbing it. It gives us hope for future discoveries, for new chapters in the story of humanity's ancient past, and for the possibility that the secrets of the pyramids and other incredible structures might not be lost forever. With this technology, the past is coming alive once more, and it is a thrilling time for archaeology. This is just the beginning of a new era in understanding our shared history. Thanks to Muon tomography, the secrets of the Great Pyramid and other ancient sites may soon be laid bare without ever compromising their preservation. It's an exciting time to be part of the journey of discovery. What could we uncover next? Only time will tell, but the future of archaeology is shining brighter than ever. When we think about the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza, we often imagine thousands of workers, immense stone blocks, and elaborate ramps. For centuries, historians and archaeologists have been searching for the truth behind how the ancient Egyptians managed to build such a colossal structure with the tools and technology available at the time. The most widely accepted explanation has been the ramp theory, which suggests that workers used ramps, levers, and manual labor to transport and position the massive stone blocks. But is this really how they did it? Could there be a more complex or advanced method that has been lost to history? Let's start with the traditional theories. The ramp theory is the most widely accepted explanation for how the pyramids were constructed. According to this theory, the ancient Egyptians built long ramps that spiraled around the pyramid, leading the massive blocks of stone up as the pyramid grew in height. Workers would have hauled the blocks up the ramps using ropes, sledges, and manual labor. Once the stones reached the top, they would be placed into position by skilled laborers. This method would have required an immense amount of manpower and a highly organized workforce, but it seems feasible considering the size and number of blocks involved. Over the years, several variations of the ramp theory have emerged. Some suggest the use of a straight ramp that ran along one side of the pyramid, while others propose a zigzagging ramp that wrapped around the structure in a spiral pattern, using levers to maneuver the stones into place. One particularly interesting version of this theory suggests that the ramp system used by the Egyptians may have been reduced in size and built incrementally as the pyramid rose, meaning the workers would have constructed the ramp alongside the pyramid itself. But no matter which version of the ramp theory you consider, one thing is clear. The construction of the pyramid involved an incredible amount of manpower and an amazing level of organization. Now, while the ramp theory remains the most widely accepted, there are alternative theories that challenge the conventional explanation. One of the most intriguing theories comes from Jean-Pierre Houdin, a French architect who proposed that the Egyptians used a water-lifting system to transport the stones. Houdin's theory, known as the internal ramp theory, suggests that the workers didn't build an external ramp at all. Instead, they constructed an internal spiral ramp inside the pyramid itself. This ramp would have been used to raise the stones as the pyramid was built from the inside out. According to Houdin, the workers would have placed the massive stone blocks on wooden sledges, which were then pushed or pulled up the internal spiral ramp using a hydraulic lifting system that could have used water pressure to assist in moving the stones into place. The idea behind this theory is that the Egyptians used a clever system of pulleys and water-powered mechanisms to lift the stones with much less effort than traditional manual labor alone would require. This system would have been far more efficient, reducing the amount of manpower needed to transport the massive blocks. It's a fascinating theory, and though there is no direct evidence of this kind of hydraulic technology, it does open up the possibility that the ancient Egyptians had a much more advanced understanding of engineering than we previously imagined. In addition to the water lifting system, there are other theories that suggest the Egyptians might have used vibrations or sound waves to move the massive stone blocks. This theory, while highly speculative, proposes that the stones could have been levitated or moved using sound waves or frequency vibrations. The idea is that by using specific frequencies or resonance, vibrations that match the natural frequency of the stones, the workers could have made the heavy blocks easier to move or even float them. This theory is based on the idea that the pyramids may have been built using acoustic levitation, a phenomenon where sound waves are used to lift or move objects. Now, how could the ancient Egyptians have known about this technology? While there's no direct evidence to suggest that sound or vibration was used in the construction of the pyramids, this theory raises some interesting possibilities. Could the Egyptians have had access to lost knowledge or advanced technologies from an earlier civilization that used sound manipulation to move massive objects? Some theorists believe that the Egyptians may have inherited such knowledge from a lost civilization, possibly even one that was more technologically advanced than we are led to believe. This idea suggests that the Egyptians had access to a technology that modern science has only begun to understand. And then there's the theory that the pyramids were not built by the ancient Egyptians at all, but instead were inherited from a lost civilization, perhaps one that existed long before Egypt itself. According to this theory, the ancient Egyptians might have rediscovered the pyramids, using their knowledge and skills to rebuild or restore them. Some researchers believe that the Egyptians were part of a much older civilization, one that had access to technologies and methods that have been lost to history. This idea draws on the belief in ancient astronauts, suggesting that extraterrestrial beings could have been responsible for passing on advanced knowledge to early human civilizations. Could the ancient Egyptians have been part of a much older society, one that left behind advanced technology and passed down its secrets over time? If this is true, it would completely change the way we look at the development of civilization. Instead of assuming that the Egyptians invented everything from scratch, we could be facing the reality that they were simply carrying forward the legacy of a much earlier, more advanced society. By presenting these alternative theories, we begin to challenge conventional thinking about how the pyramids were constructed. Could the Egyptians have used lost technologies that have since been forgotten? Could they have employed methods such as hydraulic lifting systems or sound-based levitation to move the massive blocks with ease? Or were they simply the inheritors of a more ancient and advanced knowledge that modern scientists are only now beginning to understand? Each theory, from the traditional ramp system to the more speculative ideas about lost technologies, forces us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about ancient Egypt and the construction of the Great Pyramid. This raises one of the most compelling questions of all. What if the ancient Egyptians were not the first to build these incredible structures? What if they were building on the knowledge passed down from a civilization long gone? The mysteries surrounding the pyramids are far from solved, and each new theory brings us closer to the truth about how these ancient wonders were created. The Great Pyramid of Giza is more than just an architectural marvel. It could have been built for a far more profound purpose. While many view the pyramid as a tomb for Pharaoh Khufu, there are other theories suggesting that it was designed to be a cosmic power generator, harnessing the natural forces of the earth and the cosmos itself. Could it have been built to channel cosmic energy? Could it have been part of a larger energy system, much like Nikola Tesla's vision of wireless energy transmission? Let's explore these possibilities in detail, starting with the idea that the pyramid was a powerful energy system. Tesla's wireless energy theories have intrigued researchers for over a century. Nikola Tesla, the brilliant inventor and engineer, is often associated with groundbreaking work on wireless transmission of electricity. Tesla believed that it was possible to transmit electrical power through the earth and the atmosphere without the need for wires. He famously conducted experiments with his Wardenclyffe Tower, aiming to send energy wirelessly to distant locations. While Tesla's ambitions were never fully realized, many believe that his theories might have been ahead of their time. Some have suggested that the Great Pyramid could have been designed with a similar purpose in mind: to tap into the Earth's natural energies and convert them into usable power, transmitting it wirelessly to other areas. Tesla's theories on wireless energy were based on the idea that the Earth itself could be used as a conduit for energy transmission, with the pyramid potentially acting as a receiver and transmitter of this energy. The dimensions of the pyramid are remarkably precise, with its height, base, and the relationship between its sides possibly representing a deliberate design meant to capture and channel geomagnetic or cosmic energy. The pyramid's alignment with the stars, particularly with the constellation of Orion, supports the idea that the Egyptians might have had an understanding of cosmic energy and how to use it. Could the pyramid have been part of a larger network of energy-generating structures designed to harness the power of the earth and the heavens? But the pyramid's potential as an energy system doesn't end with Tesla's theories. Granite and limestone, the primary materials used in the construction of the pyramid, have been found to possess piezoelectric properties, meaning they can generate electrical energy when subjected to pressure or vibration. The theory suggests that the ancient Egyptians might have known about these properties and used them intentionally in the pyramid's construction. As the granite stones within the pyramid were subjected to pressure, whether from the weight of the pyramid itself or from the vibrations caused by the Earth's magnetic field, they could have generated electrical energy. Could the pyramid's granite core have been part of an electrical system, with the granite stones acting as a power source? The piezoelectric effect is well known in modern engineering, and there are many technologies today that utilize this phenomenon, such as pressure sensors and energy harvesting devices. Could the ancient Egyptians have applied similar knowledge to create a power-generating pyramid? The use of piezoelectric materials within the pyramid would explain some of the otherwise mysterious aspects of its design, such as its precise alignment and the specific materials used. But the pyramid's potential as a cosmic energy generator doesn't stop there. One of the most intriguing aspects of the pyramid's design is its alignment with the Earth's magnetic field. The Great Pyramid is precisely aligned with the cardinal directions, and its structure sits at a location on the Earth's surface that is known to be in alignment with the Earth's geomagnetic field. Some theorists believe that this alignment was intentional, designed to take advantage of the planet's natural magnetic energies. The Earth's magnetic field is a constant source of energy, with the Earth's core acting as a giant magnet that generates a magnetic field that surrounds the planet. The pyramid's placement at this specific location, combined with its precise orientation and the materials used in its construction, could have been designed to amplify this magnetic energy. Could the pyramid have been built to focus and channel the Earth's natural energy, using the granite stones as conductors and amplifiers of this power? The geomagnetic field theory suggests that the pyramid was not just a tomb, but a spiritual energy device, designed to capture and concentrate the Earth's natural forces and possibly transmit them to the surrounding area. This theory has been proposed by various researchers, including Christopher Dunn, who suggests that the Great Pyramid was not just a tomb, but an ancient power plant that harnessed the energy of the Earth itself. If the pyramid was indeed designed as an energy-generating structure, its alignment with the magnetic field would have allowed it to function as a receiver of energy, possibly generating electromagnetic fields within its interior. This idea is reinforced by the pyramid's unusual design. The Grand Gallery, the King's Chamber, and other parts of the pyramid may have been specifically designed to interact with the geomagnetic field in such a way that it would produce an electrical charge. The materials used in the construction of the pyramid, particularly the granite blocks in the King's Chamber, have been shown to possess electromagnetic properties that could have been harnessed to generate electrical energy. Could the Great Pyramid have been part of an ancient system designed to transmit energy, a system that might have used the Earth's magnetic field, piezoelectric properties, and cosmic energy to function as a massive energy generator? Some believe that the Egyptians might have had knowledge of electromagnetic fields and energy transmission that was far more advanced than we realize today. Could the pyramid have been a cosmic machine designed not only to honor the pharaoh, but to harness and transmit energy across vast distances? As we continue to explore these theories, we begin to see that the Great Pyramid might have been built for far more than just one pharaoh's burial. It could have been an advanced power generator designed to tap into the natural forces of the earth and the cosmos, a technology that the ancient Egyptians may have understood, but which has since been lost to time. Tesla's ideas on wireless energy transmission, combined with the piezoelectric properties of granite and the geomagnetic alignment of the pyramid, point to a truly extraordinary possibility: that the Great Pyramid was not just a tomb, but an ancient energy machine. Imagine, for a moment, what this means. The ancient Egyptians may have had access to technology that modern science has only recently begun to understand. Could the Great Pyramid have been an energy transmitter, capable of harnessing the natural forces of the earth and the cosmos to provide power to the ancient world? Could the pyramid's true purpose have been to channel and amplify cosmic and geomagnetic energy, using advanced knowledge and materials to create a system of global energy distribution? These questions challenge everything we think we know about the pyramids and the ancient Egyptians. As we continue to study the Great Pyramid and the knowledge it holds, we may just uncover a deeper truth about the ancient world, a truth that could revolutionize our understanding of history, energy, and the mysteries of the cosmos. The Great Pyramid might just be more than a tomb. It could be the key to unlocking an ancient power system that has been hidden beneath the sands of Egypt for thousands of years. The future of our understanding of the pyramids has only just begun. The Sphinx has long stood as one of the most enigmatic figures of ancient Egypt. Its massive stone form, with the body of a lion and the head of a pharaoh, guards the Giza plateau, silently staring out toward the rising sun. But what is its true purpose? Was it simply a symbol of power, a tribute to Pharaoh Khafre? Or is there something more to this ancient statue? Some researchers believe that the Sphinx may be a guardian of hidden knowledge, standing watch over secrets buried deep beneath the pyramids. But could these secrets be lost technologies or sacred relics waiting to be uncovered? Let's dive into the mysteries surrounding the Sphinx, starting with the fascinating geological evidence that suggests the statue is much older than we have been led to believe. One of the most compelling arguments about the age of the Sphinx comes from Dr. Robert Schoch, a geologist and expert in ancient structures. Dr. Schoch made a groundbreaking observation in the early 1990s when he analyzed the erosion patterns on the Sphinx and its surrounding enclosure. According to Dr. Schoch, the erosion seen on the Sphinx's body does not fit the typical weathering patterns expected from wind and sand over a mere 4,500 years. Instead, he suggests that the Sphinx's body shows signs of water erosion, meaning that it must have been exposed to heavy rainfall long before Egypt's current arid climate took hold. Dr. Schoch's theory places the construction of the Sphinx back to a time when the climate in Egypt was much wetter and more rain-prone, which would have been around 10,000 BC or even earlier. This would suggest that the Sphinx predates the accepted timeline of ancient Egypt, which dates the Old Kingdom and the pyramids to around 2,500 BC. If the Sphinx is indeed much older, it raises several questions about the origins of Egyptian civilization. and whether the statue was built by an earlier, unknown culture. Could the Sphinx be the work of a lost civilization, one that predates even the rise of Egypt itself? This leads us to the guardian theory, which proposes that the Sphinx was not just a statue, but a guardian, a sentinel designed to protect the secrets hidden beneath the Giza plateau. According to this theory, the Sphinx's role goes beyond its symbolic meaning as a protector of the pharaoh. It could be the guardian of hidden chambers, ancient knowledge, or sacred relics buried deep beneath the pyramids. Could there be secret rooms underneath the Sphinx, waiting to be discovered? Perhaps these chambers hold ancient technologies or ritualistic artifacts, objects that were considered so powerful that they needed to be kept hidden, away from prying eyes for millennia. The guardian theory takes into account the idea that the Sphinx's physical positioning, facing east toward the rising sun, could have been symbolic of its role as a spiritual protector. But if the Sphinx was meant to guard something, what exactly is it protecting? Some researchers believe that beneath the Sphinx, there could be a hidden entrance leading to a complex network of chambers or tunnels, possibly leading to the heart of the Great Pyramid itself. Could this secret network hold knowledge lost to time, perhaps advanced scientific understanding, sacred religious texts, or even technologies from a lost civilization? Another possibility, based on the Atlantean theory, is that the Sphinx may not have been built by the ancient Egyptians at all. Some researchers, including proponents of the ancient astronaut theory, suggest that the Sphinx could have been the work of a pre-Egyptian civilization, possibly Atlantis. According to this theory, Atlantis was an advanced civilization that existed long before Egypt's rise, possessing knowledge and technologies far more sophisticated than anything Egypt could have developed at the time. The Sphinx, with its unusual features and astronomical alignments, could have been built by the Atlanteans as a symbol of their power and knowledge, a structure designed to guard the secrets of their advanced society. In Plato's dialogues about Atlantis, he describes a highly advanced civilization that was wiped out in a great cataclysm, leaving only legends and fragments of their wisdom behind. Could the Sphinx be a remnant of that lost civilization? If the Sphinx was built by the Atlanteans, then it may be far older than Egypt itself, and its purpose would go beyond that of a pharaoh's guardian. It could be a guardian of lost wisdom, built to protect the knowledge of a civilization that once ruled the earth, a civilization whose advanced technologies might have been so powerful that they were hidden away beneath the sands of Egypt to ensure they would never fall into the wrong hands. The idea that the Sphinx could be an Atlantean structure ties into the broader belief in ancient civilizations that existed long before recorded history. These theories suggest that the Egyptians might have been the heirs to this lost knowledge, inheriting the technologies and wisdom of earlier cultures that were destroyed by some cataclysmic event, such as the flood or the destruction of Atlantis. The Sphinx might have been built as a way to preserve the memory of this ancient society, ensuring that its knowledge was not completely forgotten and guarding it from those who would misuse it. Now, if we accept the possibility that the Sphinx could be much older than the accepted timeline of Egypt, and that it could have been constructed by a pre-Egyptian civilization, the implications are profound. Could the Egyptians have built their civilization on the foundation of lost knowledge from ancient Atlanteans or other advanced societies? Could the Sphinx have been the first structure built by this ancient civilization to guard the knowledge that would later pass down to Egypt? Could the pyramids themselves be part of this same ancient heritage, designed not just as tombs, but as repositories of lost wisdom? As we delve deeper into these theories, we are confronted with the possibility that the Sphinx is not just a monument to the past, but a guardian of forgotten truths, hidden away beneath the sands for millennia. It's an idea that challenges our understanding of history, suggesting that the ancient Egyptians were not the first to unlock the mysteries of the cosmos, but were custodians of knowledge passed down from earlier civilizations that might have been far more advanced than we ever thought possible. Could the Sphinx be the key to unlocking the secrets of these lost civilizations? Could it be waiting for us to discover what has been hidden beneath its watchful gaze for thousands of years? The mysteries surrounding the Sphinx continue to intrigue researchers, and as more evidence is uncovered, we may soon find that this ancient statue has a much more profound purpose than we ever imagined. The Sphinx could very well be the guardian of secrets that are far older than Egypt itself. Could the pyramids be more than just the monumental tombs of Egyptian pharaohs? Could they be the legacy of a lost civilization, a civilization far older and more advanced than ancient Egypt itself? This idea, which connects Atlantis to Egypt, challenges our entire understanding of history. The notion that the pyramids were not created by the Egyptians, but instead were passed down by the Atlanteans, a legendary society said to have been destroyed in a great cataclysm, is a theory that has intrigued historians, archaeologists, and theorists for centuries. According to Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher, Atlantis was a highly advanced civilization that existed thousands of years before his time. He describes it as a powerful, technologically superior society that spanned across the seas, its influence reaching distant lands. Plato wrote that Atlantis eventually fell into decline and was submerged beneath the sea after a cataclysmic disaster. But what if Atlantis was not just a myth? What if it was a real civilization that existed far earlier than Egypt, and its knowledge was passed down to the Egyptians? Could the pyramids be part of this lost legacy? One of the most compelling ideas connecting Atlantis and ancient Egypt is the theory that the Atlanteans were the original creators of the pyramids. Some theorists argue that the Egyptians inherited their knowledge from the survivors of Atlantis, survivors who brought their advanced technologies and engineering techniques to Egypt, where they were used to build the Great Pyramid and other monumental structures. This theory suggests that the Egyptians were not the first to unlock the secrets of the cosmos, but were instead carrying forward the wisdom of the Atlanteans. Could the pyramids, with their precise measurements, their alignment with the stars, and their mathematical proportions, be the work of a civilization that possessed advanced scientific knowledge far beyond anything Egypt is traditionally credited with? The idea that the Egyptians might have inherited this wisdom from Atlantis could explain why the pyramids appear so advanced compared to the rest of the architecture and knowledge of the ancient world. This theory proposes that the Atlanteans may have possessed technologies that were so advanced they were passed down through generations, ultimately influencing the Egyptians and other ancient cultures. Another theory that ties into the idea of a lost civilization influencing ancient Egypt is the concept of hyperdiffusionism. Hyperdiffusionism is the theory that a singular advanced civilization, possibly Atlantis, influenced the development of multiple cultures around the world, including the Egyptians. This theory suggests that instead of each ancient culture developing independently, there was a global exchange of ideas, technologies, and knowledge, all stemming from a single advanced civilization. According to this view, the Atlanteans were the source of this knowledge, spreading their influence across the globe, from Egypt to South America and beyond. The idea that a single advanced civilization could have shaped multiple ancient cultures opens up the possibility that the pyramids were not isolated achievements of Egypt alone, but part of a larger global legacy. If the Egyptians were influenced by the knowledge of Atlanteans, then the pyramids could be more than just a testament to Egypt's greatness. They could be a symbol of an ancient, lost knowledge that was passed down through generations, hidden in plain sight and waiting to be rediscovered. As we delve deeper into the idea of a lost civilization, we come across fascinating discoveries that seem to suggest the possibility of a global civilization that existed before Egypt, one that left traces of its existence in the form of underwater ruins. One such discovery is the Yonaguni Monument off the coast of Japan. This massive underwater structure, often referred to as the Yonaguni Ruins, has long been a subject of debate among archaeologists and researchers. The monument appears to be made of large, perfectly cut blocks of stone, arranged in a way that seems unnatural, resembling an ancient city or structure submerged beneath the sea. Could the Yonaguni monument be the remains of a lost civilization? Some researchers believe that the site is evidence of a society that existed long before recorded history. They suggest that the Yonaguni ruins could have been part of an ancient global network, one that spanned across the seas, linking civilizations like Atlantis to places like Egypt. If this theory is true, it would mean that the pyramids are not isolated marvels of Egyptian engineering, but part of a much larger, interconnected world of lost civilizations. Another example of possible underwater ruins comes from the Bimini Road in the Bahamas. Discovered in the 1960s, the Bimini Road is a series of submerged stone formations that appear to be arranged in a pattern resembling an ancient road or pathway. Some believe that the Bimini Road is a remnant of Atlantis, and that it is part of the larger lost civilization that once spanned the globe. Could this underwater structure be another piece of evidence supporting the idea that Atlantis once existed as a global empire with advanced knowledge and technology that influenced cultures around the world, including Egypt? The Piri Reis map, an ancient map created by the Ottoman admiral Piri Reis in the early 16th century, is yet another fascinating clue that has captured the imagination of theorists. The map is famous for its detailed depiction of the coastline of South America, but it also contains highly accurate representations of Antarctica, a continent that was believed to be unknown to the rest of the world until much later. How could Piri Reis have had access to such accurate information about Antarctica long before it was officially discovered? Some theorists suggest that the map might have been based on ancient sources from a time when Atlantis was still an active civilization. If the map was based on Atlantean knowledge, it would imply that ancient civilizations had access to advanced geographic knowledge long before our modern world had the means to explore these distant lands. In addition to the Piri Reis map, there are other archaeological discoveries that seem to suggest the presence of advanced knowledge in ancient civilizations that predates Egypt. Some of the technologies used to build the pyramids, such as the precise alignment with the stars, the use of advanced mathematics, and the construction techniques, may have been passed down from an earlier civilization. The sheer scale and complexity of the pyramids, along with their astronomical alignments, could indicate that the Egyptians were building upon knowledge that had been handed down from a far more advanced society that preceded them. Could the pyramids truly be the legacy of Atlantis, or a lost civilization? What if the Egyptians were not the originators of this advanced knowledge, but the inheritors of it? Could they have learned from the Atlanteans or other ancient cultures that passed down their wisdom and technological expertise over time? If this is the case, then the pyramids and other ancient structures may be much older than we've been led to believe, and the true story of their construction could reveal a world of lost civilizations that have been hidden beneath the sands of time. The pyramids are not just marvels of ancient engineering. They could be markers of a global network of knowledge, a legacy passed down from one advanced civilization to another. As we continue to explore the mysteries of the pyramids and their connection to other ancient ruins around the world, we might just uncover the lost chapters of our history. Chapters that were written long before Egypt rose to power and may have been the foundation for all of our modern understanding of the world. The Great Pyramids of Giza and the Sphinx have always been shrouded in mystery, not just because of their impressive size and intricate construction, but because of their celestial alignments. The ancient Egyptians, known for their architectural genius, also had an astounding understanding of the stars and their cosmic significance. What if these pyramids, with their carefully planned alignments, were not merely tombs for pharaohs, but cosmic machines designed to connect the earth with the heavens? Let's explore how these alignments provide clues to the spiritual and astronomical knowledge of the ancient Egyptians, and how these wonders may have been constructed not just for the afterlife, but to tap into the cosmic energies of the universe. The alignment of the pyramids is no accident. In fact, the Great Pyramid of Giza is precisely aligned with the cardinal points, the four directions of the earth. north, south, east, and west. This alignment is so precise that modern technology can barely match it. The pyramid's sides are oriented within 0.05 degrees of true north, a feat that would have been almost impossible without a deep understanding of astronomy. But the question remains, why? Why such a precise alignment? What could the ancient Egyptians have known that made this alignment so critical? Looking deeper into the stars, the pyramid's alignment with Orion's belt is one of the most fascinating aspects of their construction. The three pyramids of Giza are positioned in a pattern that mimics the alignment of the three stars of Orion's belt, and this is no coincidence. In ancient Egyptian cosmology, Orion was associated with Osiris, the god of the afterlife and resurrection. Osiris was the god of rebirth, and his association with the stars of Orion and the soul's journey to the afterlife was deeply woven into the religious practices of the Egyptians. Could the pyramids have been constructed as symbolic representations of Osiris' realm, linking the pharaohs with the stars in their journey to eternity? Not only were the pyramids aligned with Orion, but they were also aligned with the North Star, or Polaris. At the time of the pyramid's construction, the North Star was a central reference point for navigation and cosmic orientation. The Egyptians might have viewed Polaris as the home of the gods, a fixed point in the heavens, representing the eternal stability of the cosmos. The precise alignment with these stars suggests that the pyramids were more than just monumental tombs. They could have been tools for the pharaoh's soul's ascension, designed to guide the soul of the king to the afterlife, ensuring his eternal place in the stars in the presence of the gods. The Egyptians' astronomical knowledge was far more advanced than we might give them credit for. They understood the precession of the equinoxes, a phenomenon that causes the positions of the stars to shift over time due to the wobble in the Earth's axis. This is an astronomical concept that only modern astronomers could confirm. The Egyptians, however, were already aware of these cycles thousands of years ago. This knowledge was vital for their understanding of the celestial clockwork, and it influenced how they built their monuments. The precession cycle helped the Egyptians create a calendar system that was based on both the stars and the movement of the sun. It was a system that allowed them to mark seasonal changes, track agricultural cycles, and ensure that their monuments and rituals were perfectly aligned with the cosmic rhythms of the universe. If we look at the Great Pyramid's dimensions, we begin to see a deeper connection between the Earth and the cosmos. The pyramid's height and base are thought to encode the mathematical relationships of the Earth, such as the pi ratio, the Earth's circumference, and even the speed of light. How could the ancient Egyptians have known such advanced mathematical concepts? Could they have used these dimensions as part of a cosmic machine designed to harness the energies of the stars and the Earth itself? Some researchers believe that the pyramid's shape, proportions, and orientation were carefully engineered to channel cosmic energies, allowing the pharaoh's soul to ascend and interact with the stars. The Sphinx, another monumental structure on the Giza Plateau, plays a crucial role in the Egyptian celestial understanding. The Sphinx faces the sunrise, a powerful position in Egyptian symbolism, representing rebirth, renewal, and the daily journey of the sun god Re-Ah. The alignment of the Sphinx with the sun on the vernal equinox, when the sun rises directly in line with the Sphinx, is particularly significant. During this time, the Sphinx seems to guard the gateway between the earth and the heavens, a symbolic threshold through which the pharaoh's soul could pass to join the gods in the afterlife. This alignment is not just symbolic. It's a carefully orchestrated alignment designed to mark a pivotal moment in the celestial cycle, suggesting that the Sphinx was part of a larger cosmic ritual designed to facilitate the pharaoh's spiritual journey. But there's more to the Sphinx than just its alignment with the sun. The Sphinx is also associated with the constellation of Leo, which the ancient Egyptians believed represented the lion-headed goddess. The connection between the Sphinx and Leo has been used to suggest that the Sphinx was built to mark a specific time in the celestial calendar, one that coincided with cosmic events such as the sun's passage through the constellation. The Sphinx's alignment with Leo, especially during the spring equinox, might have been symbolic, marking the beginning of a new cosmic cycle and reinforcing the Sphinx's role as a guardian of the pharaoh's soul as it ascended to the stars. These alignments are more than just engineering feats. They suggest that the Egyptians were building more than monuments to honor their rulers. The pyramids and the Sphinx might have been designed to act as cosmic machines, structures built to interact with the stars, channel cosmic energy, and facilitate the pharaoh's soul's ascent into the heavens. The Egyptians' understanding of the cosmos was deeply spiritual and connected to their belief that the pharaoh was not just a king, but a divine being who had the ability to transcend the earth and join the gods. The cosmic alignment of the pyramids and the Sphinx is not just a testament to their architectural brilliance, but also a representation of their understanding of the universe's deeper rhythms, marking the Egyptians as a civilization that was in tune with the stars. The idea that the pyramids and the Sphinx were not just tombs, but cosmic instruments designed to channel energy, facilitate ascension, and align with celestial events forces us to reconsider the true purpose of these structures. Were they designed merely to honor the dead, or were they the keys to unlocking the secrets of the cosmos, a bridge between the earth and the stars? Could the pyramids truly be a gateway, a physical manifestation of the Egyptian belief that the pharaoh was both God and man, with the ability to reach beyond this world and into the divine? As we explore these ideas, we come closer to understanding that the pyramids and the Sphinx might be far more than just ancient structures. They could be remnants of a profound understanding of the cosmic forces that govern our world, an understanding that still leaves us in awe to this day. Ancient Egypt has long been known for its incredible architectural achievements, particularly the pyramids and the obelisk. However, as we look deeper into the mysteries of these ancient structures, we begin to ask, did the Egyptians have access to advanced technologies that we have lost over time? Could they have had knowledge of electricity, the ability to levitate stones, or high-precision tools that allowed them to construct such massive monuments with ease? Some researchers and theorists argue that the Egyptians had access to technologies that were far more sophisticated than what we typically attribute to them, and that this knowledge was either lost or hidden after their civilization declined. Let's explore some of these intriguing ideas and consider the possibility that ancient Egypt may have been far more technologically advanced than we have imagined. One of the most exciting theories involves the idea that the Egyptians had the ability to harness sonic energy or vibrational frequencies. Some suggest that the Grand Gallery in the Great Pyramid of Giza was not just an empty corridor leading to the burial chamber, but a giant resonating chamber. What if this gallery was designed to capture and amplify certain frequencies, allowing the Egyptians to use sound waves or vibrations to move stones, or even generate power? The idea of sonic levitation is not as far-fetched as it might sound. Scientists today have demonstrated that it is possible to levitate objects using sound waves. By generating specific sound frequencies, it is possible to create pressure waves that can lift and move objects in midair. The Egyptians, with their vast understanding of geometry, engineering, and astronomy, could have harnessed these principles long before we did. The Grand Gallery's dimensions, its shape, and its precise construction could have been designed to resonate at a certain frequency, amplifying sound waves and creating vibrations that would have made moving the massive stone blocks easier than we can imagine. Could the Egyptians have used sonic waves to move massive stone blocks? Some theorists believe that the stones used to construct the pyramids were not simply dragged or lifted using manual labor, but rather manipulated using sound, vibrations, or even electromagnetic forces that we are just beginning to understand. If this theory is true, it would mean that the ancient Egyptians possessed advanced knowledge of acoustics and vibration, a knowledge that was either lost or deliberately hidden over the millennia. Another fascinating example of possible lost technology can be found in the construction of the obelisk. These massive stone structures, which are often made of solid granite, required extraordinary precision to carve and position. Obelisks weigh hundreds of tons, and yet the Egyptians were able to carve them with incredible accuracy and precision. An achievement that seems almost impossible given the tools they had at the time. How could they have done this without modern machinery? Some theorists suggest that the ancient Egyptians may have used high-precision tools or lost techniques to carve and shape the granite. Could they have used vibrational resonance to cut through the hardest materials with ease? If they had access to a tooling system based on resonance or sonic vibrations, it would explain how they were able to carve granite with such precision, creating smooth, detailed surfaces without the aid of modern cutting machinery. The placement of the obelisks also raises intriguing questions. Some of the obelisks are positioned in such a way that they seem to be aligned with specific celestial events, and the process of transporting these giant stones from the quarries to their final locations is still a mystery. Could the Egyptians have used lost technology to levitate or move these massive obelisks with minimal effort, using a combination of sound, magnetism, and advanced engineering? The ancient Egyptians were known for their understanding of both mathematics and astronomy, so it is not out of the realm of possibility that they could have incorporated advanced engineering principles into the construction and transportation of these massive stones. Now, let's turn to the hieroglyphs themselves. The Egyptians used these intricate symbols to record their history, religion, and technological knowledge. But could some of the hieroglyphic texts also contain hidden references to these advanced technologies? Could they encode instructions for sonic levitation, the use of electricity, or other lost knowledge? Some researchers believe that certain hieroglyphs represent more than just simple objects or actions. They may encode technical knowledge that the Egyptians used to build their monumental structures. In fact, some hieroglyphs seem to depict objects that resemble modern machines, such as pulleys, lifts, and even electrical circuits. Could these symbols represent technologies that the Egyptians used in their construction projects, technologies that were so advanced that they were lost to history after the fall of Egypt? Some researchers suggest that these hidden technologies were purposely obscured in the hieroglyphs, either to keep them secret or to preserve them for future generations. But over time, the true meaning of these symbols was forgotten. If the Egyptians possessed such advanced technologies, what happened to them? Why did they not continue to develop these methods and pass them on to future generations? Some theorists suggest that these technologies were deliberately hidden, either because they were too dangerous or too powerful for ordinary people to understand or control. Others believe that these technologies were lost in a great cataclysm or natural disaster, leaving no trace behind except for the cryptic symbols and hieroglyphs we now struggle to interpret. The mystery of the lost technologies of ancient Egypt forces us to question our understanding of history. Could the Egyptians have been the inheritors of a much older and more advanced civilization that passed down its knowledge to them? Could they have possessed the ability to manipulate sound, levitate massive stones, or even harness electrical energy? These ideas challenge our conventional understanding of what was possible in the ancient world and suggest that the Egyptians were capable of achieving feats that we are only beginning to understand today. As we uncover more about the mysteries of ancient Egypt, we may find that the true story of their technological prowess is far more complex and fascinating than we ever imagined. Perhaps the pyramids, the obelisks, and other monumental structures are not just the work of a civilization with basic tools, but are instead the remnants of a much more advanced knowledge. Knowledge that, over time, has been lost, hidden, or misunderstood. Could the ancient Egyptians have known how to use sound, vibration, and electricity to build their wonders? Only time and further exploration will tell, but the idea of lost technologies continues to captivate the imagination of researchers and historians, opening up new avenues of discovery and understanding. The Great Pyramid of Giza is not just a monumental tomb. It might hold something far more profound, a mathematical map to ancient knowledge. The sheer precision of the pyramid's dimensions, its ratios, and its alignment with celestial bodies suggests that the ancient Egyptians knew far more than we typically attribute to them. Could the Great Pyramid have been built as a repository of knowledge, encoding mathematical, geographical, and astronomical wisdom? Could its very structure serve as a mathematical guide to unlock secrets that span the world? Let's explore the incredible precision of the pyramid, its connection to the earth, and the possibility that it was more than just a tomb, but a library of ancient knowledge. First, let's talk about the mathematical precision of the Great Pyramid. The dimensions of the pyramid are so precisely calculated that they seem to encode some of the most important mathematical constants known to modern science. For instance, the ratio of the pyramid's height to the perimeter of its base is nearly equal to the value of pi, one of the most fundamental constants in mathematics. This exactitude is astonishing because the ancient Egyptians did not have the advanced tools and technology we have today to measure or compute such precise values. Yet, the Great Pyramid's dimensions reflect knowledge of pi that would not be rediscovered until centuries later. The pyramid also appears to embody the golden ratio, another critical mathematical constant that underpins natural phenomena and has been recognized for centuries as a symbol of perfect proportion. The golden ratio, known as phi, approximately 1.618, can be found in the relationship between the pyramid's height and the length of its sides. This ratio has been used in architecture, art, and nature to create aesthetic harmony, and yet the Egyptians, long before the term was even coined, seem to have incorporated this principle into the design of the Great Pyramid. The question arises, could the Egyptians have been transmitting this mathematical knowledge in the very structure of their greatest monument, embedding these timeless constants as a form of universal wisdom? But the mathematical precision of the pyramid does not stop at these constants. There is also evidence that the Great Pyramid encodes the Earth's circumference within its dimensions. The perimeter of the Great Pyramid, when multiplied by a factor of 143,200, is nearly equal to the Earth's circumference. This is an astonishing alignment, and it suggests that the pyramid's builders had an intimate understanding of the Earth's size and its relationship to the cosmos. How did the ancient Egyptians, without modern instruments, come to know such precise measurements of the Earth? Could they have used this knowledge to map the Earth's surface or align their buildings and monuments with the Earth's geodesy, the study of the Earth's shape and measurements? This brings us to the idea of the Great Pyramid as a map, not just a physical structure, but a geographical guide. The location of the Great Pyramid on the Giza Plateau is not arbitrary. It has been suggested that the pyramid is situated at the geographical center of the Earth, or very close to it. The latitude of the Great Pyramid aligns with the Earth's meridian, suggesting that the ancient Egyptians had a sophisticated understanding of geodesy, the science of the Earth's shape, size, and gravitational field. This knowledge, in turn, could indicate a global network of ancient civilizations that shared the knowledge of the Earth's geometry, using the pyramid as a center point for their global map. What if the Egyptians were not isolated, but part of a larger global civilization, passing down geodesic knowledge to future cultures around the world? This theory also ties into the idea that the Great Pyramid was not only a monumental tomb, but a repository for the ancient knowledge passed down through generations. The mathematical dimensions of the pyramid, its precise geographical location, and its alignment with celestial bodies suggest that it was designed to encode knowledge that was important to the Egyptians, and perhaps to other ancient civilizations that may have contributed to this wisdom. If the Great Pyramid was indeed a library, then it would not just house books or scrolls, but could potentially contain hidden knowledge encoded into its very structure, providing the keys to understanding the ancient world's greatest secrets. Could the pyramid have been designed to preserve knowledge of advanced mathematics, astronomy, and geodesy for future generations? It's possible that the ancient Egyptians were conscious of the impermanence of knowledge, knowing that civilizations rise and fall, Could they have built the Great Pyramid as a permanent library, a place where their wisdom would be safeguarded and protected from the ravages of time? The theory that the pyramid was built as a repository of knowledge is further supported by the idea of hidden chambers inside the pyramid. Many researchers believe that there may be undiscovered chambers within the Great Pyramid that hold secret texts, maps, or other forms of knowledge hidden for millennia. Could these hidden chambers contain ancient manuscripts detailing the lost technologies of ancient Egypt, or even geographical maps that span the ancient world? Could the pyramid itself be a time capsule, carefully crafted to store and protect the wisdom of the ancient Egyptians for future generations to discover? The pyramid's internal layout adds fuel to this idea. Some theorists propose that the Grand Gallery and other passages within the pyramid may have been intentionally designed to encode hidden knowledge, with the structure itself acting as a decoder or map to these chambers. Could the pyramid's design be a kind of geometric code that, when understood, could reveal the secrets it holds? The precision of the pyramid's dimensions, its alignment with the stars, and its relationship to the earth all point to the possibility that the pyramid was far more than just a tomb. It was a container of wisdom, a symbol of the ancient Egyptians' profound understanding of the cosmos and their place within it. Could the Great Pyramid be a library of ancient knowledge, designed to encode and preserve the wisdom of the Egyptians and other lost civilizations? The possibility that this ancient monument was built to hold secrets of the Earth's geometry, astronomical wisdom, and mathematical knowledge opens up new avenues of exploration and understanding of the ancient world. The more we uncover about the Great Pyramid, the more we begin to realize that it is not just a tomb for a pharaoh, but a time capsule of ancient knowledge, waiting to be rediscovered. In conclusion, the Great Pyramid is more than just an architectural wonder. It is a mathematical map, a geographical guide, and a potential repository of ancient knowledge that has been encoded into its very structure. As we continue to explore the mysteries of the pyramid, we may find that it holds the keys to unlocking secrets that have been hidden for thousands of years. Secrets that could change our understanding of history, mathematics, astronomy, and the ancient civilizations that came before us. The Sphinx, with its majestic form of a lion's body and a human head, stands as one of the most iconic monuments of ancient Egypt. But what is its true purpose? Why was it built to face the rising sun, guarding the sacred grounds of the pyramids? The Sphinx has long been associated with Egyptian mythology, but could it also hold a deeper, more profound significance related to the spiritual journey of the pharaohs and their connection to the cosmos? Is it possible that the Sphinx was designed to be more than just a statue, but a symbol of divine power, a guardian of knowledge, and a ritualistic gateway that protected the sacred knowledge of Egypt? In Egyptian mythology, the Sphinx is believed to represent the god Horus, the god of the sky, war, and kingship, and one of the most important deities in the Egyptian pantheon. Horus was often depicted as a falcon, and his connection to the Sphinx is significant. The Sphinx's face is thought to represent the pharaoh, a living embodiment of Horus on earth. The pharaohs were believed to be the divine rulers, their very existence and power rooted in their connection to the gods. The Sphinx, therefore, was not just a guardian of the pyramids. It was a symbol of the divine authority of the pharaoh, representing the living god that ruled Egypt. The Sphinx could have been placed to represent the eternal protection of the pharaoh's power, ensuring that the pharaoh, as Horus, was always connected to the divine realm. But the Sphinx's role goes far beyond that. It could also have been designed as a guardian of knowledge, protecting the sacred space surrounding the pyramids and the mysteries they contained. Ancient Egypt was a culture deeply connected to spirituality, and the Sphinx may have served as a watchful protector of the knowledge hidden within the pyramids and the surrounding sacred land. It's possible that the Sphinx was a marker placed at the gateway to the pharaoh's eternal resting place, guarding not just the tombs, but the secrets of the afterlife and the cosmic knowledge that the Egyptians believed could unlock the path to immortality. As the great protector of these mysteries, the Sphinx could have been a symbol of the divine protection of the knowledge passed down from the gods themselves. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Sphinx is its possible cosmic alignment. The Egyptians were known for their deep understanding of the stars and celestial cycles, and it is believed that the Sphinx was strategically aligned with celestial events. The most notable alignment is the Sphinx's relationship to the rising sun. Each day, the Sphinx faces the east, greeting the rising sun and symbolizing the rebirth of the sun god, Ra. The Egyptians saw the sunrise as the time when Ra was reborn, and the Sphinx, positioned at the edge of the Giza Plateau, was likely designed to mark this event, becoming an eternal symbol of Ra's journey through the sky. But it's not just the sun that the Sphinx may have been aligned with. The ancient Egyptians were keen astronomers, and the Sphinx's position could also have been strategically aligned with the movement of planets, particularly the planet Venus, which was associated with the goddess Isis. The rising and setting of Venus in the sky were important to Egyptian spiritual rituals, marking significant periods in the Egyptian calendar. The Sphinx's alignment with the movement of the heavens could have been part of astronomical rituals, with the pharaoh's journey to the afterlife being intertwined with the celestial cycles that governed Egyptian belief. The Sphinx, in this context, could have been much more than just a monumental statue. It could have been a ritualistic portal designed to assist the pharaoh's soul in its spiritual journey. Many believe that the ancient Egyptians saw the pharaoh's death as the beginning of his journey to the afterlife, where his soul would ascend to join the gods in the heavens. The Sphinx's position, facing the rising sun, could have been a gateway, symbolizing the pharaoh's passage into eternity. Could the Sphinx have been more than just a guardian of knowledge? Could it have been a spiritual guide in the pharaoh's ascension to the divine realm, helping to facilitate his transformation from a mortal king into an eternal god? It's possible that the Sphinx was positioned in such a way that it marked the moment of the pharaoh's divine rebirth, guiding his soul through the cosmic journey. As we consider the spiritual journey of the pharaoh, it becomes clear that the Sphinx was likely an integral part of a larger ritual system. It may have been used in ceremonies designed to prepare the pharaoh for his journey to the afterlife, acting as a physical and spiritual portal that marked the pharaoh's ascension to the heavens. The Sphinx's alignment with the rising sun and its position on the Giza Plateau could have been designed to mark a significant moment in the cosmic calendar, one that would align with the pharaoh's transformation into an eternal being, joining the gods and achieving immortality. But the Sphinx's role as a guardian of knowledge doesn't end with its symbolic connection to the afterlife. It is also possible that the Sphinx was built to protect hidden chambers that contain sacred texts, artifacts, or even ancient energy systems tied to the Egyptian cosmic rituals. Some researchers believe that the Sphinx may be guarding a hidden entrance leading to a network of secret chambers or tunnels beneath the Giza Plateau. These hidden rooms could contain lost knowledge, including astronomical records, mathematical wisdom, or even energy technologies that the Egyptians believed were necessary for the pharaoh's soul to successfully complete his journey to the afterlife. The idea of hidden chambers beneath the Sphinx is not new. Many have suggested that the Sphinx could be hiding something, a sacred secret that could unlock the mysteries of ancient Egypt's advanced knowledge. Whether it's a lost text, a ritual object, or even an energy system designed to channel cosmic energy, the Sphinx may very well be the guardian of something far more profound than we could ever imagine. Could the Sphinx be protecting knowledge that was too powerful to be released? Could it be guarding the key to the ancient Egyptians' cosmic rituals, which might include knowledge of energy systems or astronomical alignment techniques that are now lost to history? The idea that the Sphinx may be guarding hidden knowledge beneath its massive form adds another layer of intrigue to the mystery of this ancient monument. If the Sphinx was designed as a spiritual guide to help the pharaoh ascend to the heavens, it stands to reason that it could also serve as a protector of sacred secrets, secrets that could provide us with insights into the advanced technologies, the astronomical understanding, and the cosmic rituals of ancient Egypt. As we continue to study the Sphinx, we may find that it is not just a monument to the past, but a guardian of knowledge that holds the key to uncovering the lost wisdom of an ancient civilization. Whether it's protecting the pharaoh's soul, safeguarding sacred artifacts, or concealing advanced technologies tied to the cosmos, the Sphinx remains one of the most profound and enigmatic symbols of ancient Egypt's spiritual and cosmic mysteries. The idea that the pyramids of Egypt could be part of a larger, global network of pyramids and megalithic structures is one of the most intriguing and revolutionary theories in ancient history. When we think of pyramids, the Great Pyramid of Giza often comes to mind, standing tall as a testament to ancient Egyptian ingenuity. But what if Egypt was not the only place where pyramids were built? What if the pyramids in Egypt were part of a global network of megalithic structures that shared not only designs and dimensions, but also a profound purpose that transcended geographical boundaries? The theory suggests that ancient cultures across the world may have built pyramids for similar reasons, using similar mathematical principles and astronomical knowledge, pointing to the possibility of a global civilization that spanned continents long before recorded history. In China, for instance, the Pyramid of Xi'an, often referred to as the Chinese Pyramid, shares a remarkable resemblance to the pyramids of Egypt. The structure, which is buried beneath vegetation, has been largely overlooked by mainstream archaeology, but is said to resemble the shape and proportions of the Egyptian pyramids. How is it that two separate civilizations, located thousands of miles apart, would construct similar pyramids with such precision? Could this be evidence of a shared knowledge passed down through cultural exchanges, or even from a lost civilization that existed long before Egypt and China were established as independent cultures? The Mesoamerican pyramids found in Mexico and Central America further suggest this theory. The Mayan pyramids, such as the famous El Castillo at Chichén Itzá, share an intriguing connection to the Egyptian pyramids, especially in terms of their alignment with the solar calendar and their geometric proportions. These pyramids, like their Egyptian counterparts, are aligned with astronomical events, including the equinox and the solstice, suggesting that these ancient civilizations were guided by similar astronomical knowledge. The Olmec pyramids, with their early use of monumental stone structures, also appear to have been built with a focus on celestial alignments and mathematics. How could ancient cultures on opposite sides of the world have developed similar pyramid building techniques, along with advanced knowledge of the heavens? The Cambodian pyramids, specifically the temples at Angkor Wat, are another example of the global pyramid connection. The layout of Angkor Wat, with its symmetrical design and alignment with the cardinal directions, mirrors the pyramidal structures of Egypt and Mesoamerica. It is believed that the ancient Khmer civilization used astronomy and geometry to design their monuments, just as the Egyptians did with their pyramids. Could the ancient Khmer, like the Egyptians and the Mayans, have been influenced by a common source of knowledge that transcended borders and cultures? This raises a crucial question. Could these civilizations have shared mathematical and astronomical knowledge through a global network that predated our understanding of human history? The theory of shared knowledge between civilizations suggests that these ancient cultures did not develop in isolation. Instead, they were likely connected through trade routes, cultural exchanges, and possibly even migrations, which allowed them to share knowledge of the stars, geometry, and mathematical principles. The ancient world may have had global networks that connected civilizations from the farthest reaches of the earth, long before modern transportation or written history. The Nile River in Egypt is often thought to have been a key factor in the cultural exchange between Egypt and other ancient civilizations. The river, acting as a natural trade route, allowed goods, ideas, and knowledge to flow freely between Egypt and sub-Saharan Africa, as well as Middle Eastern and Mediterranean cultures. But could the Nile have also served as a conduit for cultural diffusion between Egypt and ancient civilizations across the seas? The idea that Egypt, with its advanced understanding of astronomy and mathematics, could have interacted with distant cultures is not as far-fetched as it might seem. The ancient Egyptians might have shared their knowledge of geometry, astronomy, and architecture with civilizations like the Olmec, the Maya, and the Indus Valley, passing down secrets of the stars, mathematical ratios, and the construction of massive structures. Could these shared technologies explain the similar pyramid designs found across the world? The theory of the pyramids as part of a lost global civilization challenges conventional thinking about ancient history. It suggests that the pyramids in Egypt are not isolated examples, but rather remnants of an ancient, highly advanced civilization that spanned across the globe. This civilization could have been the source of the mathematical knowledge, engineering techniques, and astronomical wisdom that was passed down through the generations, influencing cultures as far apart as Egypt, Mesoamerica, Cambodia, and China. The idea of a global civilization predating the historical records we have today opens up an exciting possibility that a shared ancient knowledge existed long before Egypt rose to prominence. If we look at the geometric proportions of the Great Pyramid of Giza, the Mayan pyramids, and the obelisks of Egypt, it is hard to deny the striking similarities in their design and purpose. Could these monuments have been built using a common set of principles, passed down by a global civilization that existed long before written history? If so, what else could these ancient cultures have shared? Could they have had access to technologies we are only beginning to rediscover? Could they have built their pyramids not just as tombs or ceremonial structures, but as repositories of knowledge, designed to encode mathematical and astronomical wisdom for future generations to discover? This theory suggests that the pyramids are not just monumental tombs, but the legacy of a lost global civilization, one that understood the relationship between geometry, astronomy, and the natural forces of the earth. These pyramids, scattered across the globe, could be the lasting testimony of a civilization that transcended borders, connecting the farthest reaches of the ancient world through shared knowledge and wisdom. The idea that ancient Egypt was just one part of this global network of ancient cultures is a game changer for our understanding of human history and the origins of the pyramids. As we continue to uncover the mysteries of the pyramids and their connections to other ancient monuments, we may find that the ancient world was far more connected than we ever realized. The pyramids could be the physical manifestation of a global legacy, passed down through shared knowledge and cultural exchange. And the more we explore, the more we begin to see that the secrets of the pyramids might hold the keys to understanding an ancient lost world.